All right, I'm sat here again with Asemahle Wellem. Fantastic that you're keeping so active after winning the SA title. You've taken a couple of non-title fights, now another one coming up. How's everything going?
Thanks for the interview. I feel good. I feel good. I'm active, and now I'm preparing for another fight again. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, we all questioned, the early fights in your career, fighting on a third fight against the SA champion, Cohen Ray, which you came out with a third round stoppage in. I mean, after becoming the champion, has life changed a little bit?
Yeah. It was nice to be a champion. Yeah, it was nice. At least life now is still changing. I see the future now. You see, yeah.
Of course, I mentioned you've taken a couple of non-title fights. Of course, the SA title route, it's a little bit thin, the division, so you can't always fight and defend the belt, but you're keeping busy, which is most important.
Yeah, I'm keeping busy just because I didn't. There's no one to defend, so I'm keeping myself busy. As now I'm fighting again, international fight. I'm keeping myself active also to the world ratings. Yeah, I think next year I will defend the title.
Yeah, so I mean, that's obviously going to be, I think for next year. For now, it's just, get through this fight. Do you see any problems with your upcoming fights? Is your opponent potentially a difficult fight for you?
Yeah, we watch my opponent. He's the toughest opponent. Yeah, bro. But I promise I'm different. You see, I'm different. My power is different. I'm very ready for this fight.
And going back to the Eastern Cape to fight again.
Yes, I'm fighting back to Eastern Cape.
You like fighting at home? Does it matter to you where you fight?
Yeah, I like to fight home. I like to fight home so that my people can come and watch Asemahle Wellem. You see, yeah.
You came with a lot of hype at the beginning of this year. When you first popped up on my radar, I saw your amateur background. You were very well established. Then I saw you going for the SA title after a few fights. I was like, okay, maybe that's soon, but let's see what you got. You proved yourself now. So at this point in your career, what are the big fights you want? I mean, you can literally have a look at what's out there and see who do you want to fight next after this one.
Yeah, I proved myself. I proved myself now. Now I'm looking for this guy, Freeman. He's the toughest opponent. Next year, first I want to defend my SA title. Maybe 2 times or 1 time I can defend with Christian Truter or Truter and Campbell. I want to defend my SA title to both of them. Then I can go international straight.
We saw you had a reaction to Tristan Truter's last fight. He won in Durban on ESPN's card. You seemed to make a comment on the fight that you maybe didn't think he did a good job or something like that.
Yeah. Just because I was expecting a high performance, just because he said before he's beating himself to fight for SA title, and there I'm the champion. And with that performance that he do there at KZN, he can't stand even 2 rounds with me with that performance.
So do you think, though, that should he get an opportunity to fight you next, you're going to take that fight, or do you think he needs another fight to prove himself?
He must come. He fight 2 times was in this division, so I can give him a chance. He must come and try.
Obviously, you would have seen Tristan Truter fighting one of your teammates in the past, Rourke Knapp. Obviously had a lot of success against Tristan. Tristan did change gyms and a lot's changed in his career, but still to this day you're thinking only 2 rounds.
Yeah. He keep on changing gyms, changing divisions. I don't think he has a future in this boxing. What I'm gonna do, if I can fight him, I won't send him to a middleweight. I will just send him to early retirement, just because he don't have some road or future. I don't know.
And you mentioned 2 SA defenses, and I said the division is a bit thin. You mentioned Truter and Campbell's name as well. Maybe later in the year that he gets a few wins and gets a little bit of confidence back.
Yeah, he must win this fight. I saw he's fighting on the 11th of December. So if he won this fight, next year he can put the challenge. I'm available.
Of course, now you're going to start becoming a bigger name in the country. You're still only 4, now going to be 5 fights after this in your career, but you're making a statement, making an early statement. What's the goal for next year? What's the ultimate goal? Is it a couple of SA title defenses and then maybe fighting a big international fight?
I want to a couple of SA defenses next year. Then maybe one tough international fight. You see, next year. I want international title next year. I want to compete international. But first, I can't go for international I have to sort this thing now, so that I can be free when I go to international.
I think that's right as well. At least you got your priorities right with regards to taking the right steps. You don't want to jump in too early. You can see a lot of guys' careers, they jump into big international fights and they're not ready for it yet. But you've been an amateur for a very long time, so you would have known about international. But I'm glad that you're on the right path with regards to how you want to do it. So that means 4 fights next year or 3 fights.
I just need 3 next year. Yeah. Even 4, I can take 4. I don't have a problem. Me, I always stay in the gym the full year. You see, so keep on fighting makes me happy. I like to fight, to be honest. I like to fight. If I can get 4 next year, I can be happy. Even 5, I can be happy. I can do it. I like to fight.
And how's the work going with Vusim Tolo? Obviously, he's got good success. His boxers are winning fights.
Yeah, all of us are winning now. And also in December, he has lots of boxers that are fighting. So training camp for this fight is different just because all of us are preparing, you see. And also me, I'm going to East London. So Coach Fuze, he won't be there, but he give me all the tools there. So he won't be there in East London just because I think 5 boxers are fighting on Sunday.
And a guy that I don't really mention a lot, but I think he deserves a lot of credit is Coach Sichaba as well. He's coming along. He's helping guys getting fit for fights.
Yeah, Coach Chaba is helping us a lot. And I think I will go with him to East London. Yeah.
So he's there to help out. I saw he was also there in Durban as well for the previous fight where Don John van Heeren was competing. A lot of guys in and around your weight divisions there, just floating around. Good sparring, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's good sparring. Don John van Heeren, all of those guys, you see. It's nice.
So got a good mix of also southpaw and orthodox in the gym, so you can prepare for big fights.
Yeah, which is why I don't have a problem. Like my opponent can switch now. He can come southpaw, he can come orthodox. I don't have a problem with that just because I spar southpaws, I spar orthodox.
So when the SA Awards come around, which I've heard there's rumors that the boxing awards are going to open up again, would you think you're one of the guys that we could say, even though you're an SA champion, I'd still say you're in the prospect phase of your career? Would you want to be a prospect of the year?
Yeah, I want to be a prospect of the year. I think I deserve the prospect of the year just because I only have how many fights now? I have 5 fights now. I'm going for fight number 6, and also I'm a South African champion, and I will add another belt. So I will close the year with 2 belts, with 6 fights. There's no other boxer that can do that. So I think I deserve the prospect of the year.
Hopefully the BSA does the awards again. It'll be interesting to see who else is also in line for that contendership, but I certainly think you're a good contender for that. What's your message for the fans in Eastern Cape, your opponents? What's the feel?
To my fans, thank you very much for keep on supporting me. You must go at Orient Theatre on the 11th of December. I'm a title collector now. I will collect another belt as usual. And also I want to thank my sponsorship, Tower Buildings, Civil and Constructions. And also I want to thank Tower Boxing Promotions, Mr. Happy Tower, for always keeping me active. Also thank my management, the Royal Talent Management, Vusim Tolo, my sparring partners, everybody. I want to thank everybody.